There is a trade-off between security and convenience. With more security, we get less convenience, and with less security, we get more convenience. The impact of trading privacy for convenience has allowed us to become susceptible to security attacks. For instance, default settings and one-click logons are great because they are convenient. However, they are dangerous in regards to security protection. With default settings, a person is sticking to the norm. He is sticking to what a majority of people have become accustomed to. Many people do not wish to challenge the status quo because people are lazy. People do not want to meddle with the default settings of computer programs in fear of change. For example, the default settings on your Google Chrome browser, which automatically links your Gmail account to the internet. This enables you to keep track of your bookmarks and to see your browser history. However, this is a security hazard because outside intruders who have access to your computer can look at what you're doing and see what you're up to. Another issue is passwords and how we tend to make passwords convenient for us since we don't have the mindset that people are going to hack us. We tend to make passwords generic, and we tend to make passwords contain private information about us. This makes it easier for hackers to figure out what we're up to. But the worst of all is one-click logons, where we save our passwords on our internet browsers and other computer programs so that we don't have to manually enter them. This is most convenient for us because we don't have to deal with the hassle. However, what we don't consider is that it's also convenient for the hackers as well. Now I'd like to pass it on to my colleague to further explain this disparity.
Are we doing all that we can to protect ourselves against online hackers? We might think that we are, but with weak security measures, we aren't doing as much to prevent an incoming attack. EMVs, which are newly developed debit and credit cards, are based on chip technology, which offers a much stronger security system when compared to magnetic strip transactions. Those transactions only took into account two pieces of information: your credit card number, expiration date, whereas chip cards contain a dozen pieces of information. EMVs are backed by cryptographic algorithms which are extremely difficult to crack. Therefore, you're drastically increasing your security. Some of the benefits of EMVs are safer transactions, both online and in person, a more thorough authentication process, and a reduced identity theft risk. Multi-factor authentication is another method of protection. It requires that you use more than one method of authentication for independent categories. Some of the most common passwords, such as 123 or passwords, can be easily cracked. You should use different passwords for different sites and also making sure those passwords are strong. Your security questions should also be secured by effective and creative answers, such as using personal encoding systems to ensure privacy. Multi-factor authentications and EMVs offer us a good bargain by ensuring our confidentials stay private by means of stronger security practices and devices.
Security versus privacy is the battle of the century, and we as responsible citizens need to take into account what we can do to make our society more secure. As responsible citizens, we can tip the convenience security trade-off in our favor by making it known who we share our information with, and most importantly, how we store and dispose of our personal information securely. We should be alert to imposers, encrypt our data, keep passwords private, and don't overshare on social networking data sites. To avoid impersonators, we should make sure we know who is getting our personal information. We should not give out our personal information on the phone, through the mail, or over the internet, unless we've initiated the contact, or we know exactly who we're dealing with. If a company claims to have an account with us and sends us an email asking for personal or financial information, don't click on the link provided. Instead, call customer service and ask whether the company really sent a request. Next, we should safely dispose of all personal information before getting rid of a computer by using a wipeout program to overwrite the entire hard drive. We should also take into account wiping out our mobile devices before disposal, removing the SIM card, phone book, lists of phone calls made and received, voicemails, text messages, any folders, web searches, history, and any photos. We should keep our browser secure and use encryption software that scrambles information we send over the internet to guard our online transactions. Before sending our personal or financial information online, look for the lock icon on the status bar. This means our information will be safe when transmitted. Keep passwords private. Use strong passwords with your laptop, credit card, bank accounts, and any other accounts you have. Be creative and think of a special phrase. Substitute numbers and symbols for letters. Lastly, do not overshare on social media sites. If we post too much information about ourselves, identity thieves can find information about our lives. This can result in them using what they find to answer challenge questions on our accounts and get access to other personal information. We should all consider limiting access to our networking page to a small group of people. And we should always remember to never post our full name, social security number, address, telephone number, or account numbers on publicly accessible sites. If we all take these factors into consideration, we can all make our privacy more secure.